Well, the latest is, we signed and contracted to do a rematch, and that's what it is right now.
Do you know when it's going to be, when we can hear?
I don't got no date right now, but I know that's the next fight that Terence Crawford.
How long do you think it will be before we have some news about that?
I don't know. It's still up in the air, given the first male boxer, undisputed, in any division in a 4-belt era, and I honor, that, and if he was to come to me or activate his.
I mean, it could happen. I mean, why not? If Crawford want to challenge himself to be great, let him try to be great. So what I'm saying, I'm with it. So I'll be going for Bud. If he fight Canelo, I'll be going for him.
The boxing world is on edge. Just when it seemed like Terence Crawford and Errol Spence Jr. had finally gone their separate ways, the rematch talks are back. And this time, they're real.
I wanted to see that immediately after that fight, but now time has kind of ran its course. I don't want to see Errol. I just don't want to see Errol get done like that. That's all. And I believe Errol Spence is a generational talent.
Spence has officially activated his rematch clause, and though a date isn't set, both camps confirm it's the next fight. Crawford, he's listening. Spence, he's pushing harder than ever. The sport, teetering on chaos. Let's rewind to July 2023. Crawford dominated Spence, 3 knockdowns and a TKO finish. The result wasn't even close, but Spence refuses to accept that narrative. He claims he was drained at 147 lbs, not at full strength. To him, the real fight, the fair fight, happens at 154.
Gonna knock my first.
Because I don't want us personally. We talking about what we want to see. I don't want to see it because I know what it's gonna look like. The same as it looked last time.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do.
Errol Spence wasn't the same.
What was wrong with him?
He looked slow. He looked he looked sluggish.
Why?
I can't tell you. I wasn't in camp.
At the division, he dominated for his entire career. All of a sudden, when it came time for this fight, he looked different. Why?
I wasn't in camp with him. I can't tell you. I don't know if his body finally broke down for being at 147.
But weight can be used as an excuse and sort of say, I don't feel like it. Like, I'll go up for this guy, but not another guy. So, that's sort of the spirit. The language is very, more precise and very definitive. But the concept is, out of fairness, is, let's not.
After the loss, Spence wasted no time triggering the rematch clause. But here's the catch. The contract specified 147 lbs unless written notice was submitted. Spence never filed that notice, yet continued demanding 154. Crawford wasn't budging. You want a second shot? You fight under the same conditions.
Question, I want your reaction. Is the Errol Spence rematch on the table still, or?
Nah.
All right, we're gonna wrap that.
I'm trying to tell you.
I truly believe that the fight would have went that way regardless, because stylistically, the fundamentals on that level, Crawford is just outclasses Errol Spence in every single category.
The rematch stalled. Spence needed eye surgery and took time off to recover. Meanwhile, Crawford moved forward, winning another title at 154 by beating Israel Madrimov. When asked about Spence, Crawford dismissed the idea entirely. But now, that door isn't closed anymore.
At 54 or 47, but I'm sure he's probably gonna push the weight up, but there's not gonna be no change in the decision. The performance still is gonna be the same. It might be even a little bit better. So he might want to watch out before he activates that rematch clause.
Let's go! As you can see, man, breaking news: Errol Spence activated that rematch clause to fight Terence again. Right? Let's be honest. We all saw the fight. Crawford beat boogers out that boy.
Good win. I'm still a fan. I hope he do well. But once it got to the point where I moved up in weight and I'm in the same weight as Spence, it's just like, oh man, you ain't fighting nobody. You this, you that, you this, you that. So now they trying to blemish my accomplishment just to boost him up. I'm like, dude, you're not gonna do that, because I can retire right now and be in the Hall of Fame. He couldn't. Everything that I've accomplished, he's still trying to accomplish. I don't want to sound like I'm hating on him. I honestly don't know if he make it to the Hall of Fame with the accolades that he did.
Fans are split. Some say Spence deserves a second chance. That weight was a real factor. Others say it's just an excuse. Crawford was simply the better fighter. Now, it's getting personal. Spence accuses Crawford of ducking him. Crawford fires back. He had his chance. He didn't belong in the ring with me at 147 or 154.
Terence went on Pound for Pound podcast and he said that Errol Spence will not be a Hall of Famer. Can you just give me your thoughts on that?
I disagree.
You disagree? Why do you disagree?
I feel as though Errol had a great career. If it wasn't for Bud, he would have been undisputed. So he went and got every belt one by one by one. I think he's a Hall of Famer.
I think Errol's run was long enough, no Diddy, to automatically put him in the Hall of Fame. He was a very good fighter. If there was a Hall of Very Good, he would be going into that. But Hall of Fame, no. If you were in charge of writing the Hall of Fame speech for Errol Spence, and I was in charge of writing a Hall of Fame speech for Bud Crawford, my Hall of Fame speech, listing my credentials, listing my accolades for Bud Crawford, would sound a lot better than your speech for Errol Spence, bro. Yeah, I don't think unifying and holding 3 titles automatically push.
The rivalry is alive. The stakes are higher than ever. Will Spence redeem himself, or will Crawford close the book for good? Only one way to find out. If you're ready for the rematch of the decade, like this video, subscribe for breaking updates, and drop your prediction in the comments. Does Spence bounce back at 154, or will Crawford prove it was never about the weight?